So right now I'm here with Lexi and Stephanie here at the Greg Abbott fan club. So I do see hearts. So what's happening here?
So we are playing dead outside of the governor's mansion to protest fetal burial and to get the message across that fetal burial buries women.
We have two dead women right here. Stop smiling, you're dead. Sometimes being dead rocks. And so Texas gets a lot of national attention for attacks on women and women's choice. How do you feel that women organizations have been successful pushing back against that over the years?
Well, I think we've women's organizations. There are a ton of them. First of all, in Austin, that are really dedicated to fighting back against the terrible stuff that happens in the Texas legislature and that comes out of the governor's office. I think right now we're in the middle of a couple legal battles. One of them is against this fetal burial rule that's happening now. Whole Women's Health is awesome at fighting that. They've got a great team. I think it's a hard battle and it's going to be a long battle, but I think we'll be successful at the end.
That's wonderful. And what's that battle look like right now? Like, who's the judge? How long is it going on?
Judge Sam Sparks is the one who's ruling on this and a couple of other controversial things as well in the U.S. He's postponed his decision. It was supposed to be today. He postponed it once.
Gotcha.
And he's postponed it again to the 27th of this month. So, we're out here just showing Greg Abbott in his mansion what we think.
And how do you think these proposals are affecting women? Like, what are you hearing from women here in Texas about this legislation?
Well, the problem is that abortion is already really hard for women to access in the state of Texas. And so these rules are just making it even harder for them to afford abortion. Fetal burial is one in a long succession of TRAP laws, which is targeted regulation of abortion providers. So whether it's fetal burial or wider hallways or bigger doors or admitting privileges at local hospitals, there have been a number of TRAP laws that have been introduced really just to make it harder for women's health centers to stay open and to make it more expensive for women to obtain an abortion.
And the TRAP laws do work. They've closed down a lot of clinics in Texas, and that has the effect of, at the very least, not only making it more expensive and giving longer wait periods for women to get abortions and get into clinics, but a lot of women have to drive hundreds of miles to get to an abortion clinic because they don't have one near them because it's shut down. Yeah. So, they're successful TRAP laws, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I hear y'all also are organizing for January 20th. What's happening here?
There are a number of demonstrations scheduled. It's a question of which one you're going to at this point. Women's March. There are so many things to be angry about. Which one do we choose?
There are a lot of communities, like immigrant communities and vulnerable targeted populations here that have felt really, worried in the past since Trump became president or is about to become president. There's a march on Inauguration Day that has a lot of targeted communities that are going to be affected by what Trump does. They're going to be marching that day, along with a workers' strike for the Fight for 15. They'll be combining with students at UT as well, so that's going to be big. The next day, the Women's March, which is actually a nationally coordinated effort. There's going to be one in DC, but also there are local ones as well around the state, and we're going to have a big one here in Austin at the Capitol. And then the day after that is the Roe v. Wade anniversary, so there will be a rally in celebration and I think a pro-life protest as well at the Capitol. So we're going to be so busy this month.
That's so much. So currently we have about 50 people outside of here right now protesting Greg Abbott and protesting for women's rights. We're expecting thousands out to be here in Austin upcoming with the January 20th protests. So thank you, Lexi. Thank you, Stephanie, so much.
Thank you.
Hey everybody! So just last night I got into Austin, the Texas capital, and it is so cold out here. Like, I know that it's really cold in Portland, and we just had somebody who passed away due to hypothermia. But after coming from, I know, it's really sad. We have a housing crisis. Thankfully, the mayor, our new mayor, Mayor Wheeler, opened up the city hall in the Portland building, and a lot of first responders came out there. Both citizens and public officials came out to help people find a safe, warm place to sleep. But of course, it's still cold, and it's cold here too. It's not as cold, but it feels really cold. The wind chill is like in the 19s or something like that. And there's actually a protest happening right now, which you'll hear a little bit more later on, which is a lot of organizers with women groups and also just individual organizers out here protesting Greg Abbott and the state of Texas for recent policies they've been trying to pass around reducing funding for Planned Parenthood and also for mandatory fetal burials. Anyways, I'm actually doing this video blog right now because I'm with this guy named Ray Whitehouse, and we have a funny history. He actually came and approached me about 15 minutes ago, and he can kind of tell you what just happened.
Yeah, I recognized Cameron, but I couldn't tell from where, and we, through a brief conversation, figured out that I had photographed Cameron outside of a Chase Bank during the Occupy Portland protests in the fall of 2011. So it's very cool to see a fellow Oregonian all the way out here in the the deep south of Texas. But it's good to be with you. Good to see you, and I'm glad you're doing well.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah,
that's one of my most favorite pictures from Occupy. Once he said his name, I knew immediately who he was because his picture was me. It was November. It wasn't. I think it was November 13th.
Okay.
There was an Occupy the Banks protest happening. I was outside of Chase Bank, actually on the sidewalk, trying to get out of the way of the police, and I had just gotten dinner. I was very hungry. I just got into Chipotle to get some dinner, and police showed up, started pushing me up against a horse cop. They actually broke my laptop, and then somebody tried to arrest me, but fortunately there were a lot of people who were in the street who grabbed me and de-arrested me. And there was this picture of the police officer with a baton pushing me right into a horse, and Ray got that for the Oregonian. So it's just so weird to be full circle now in Austin, Texas, just out here being a tourist and run into a guy that I met 5 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah, thanks, Ray.
Yeah.